are live. Hello, everyone. I am Macros. I'm usually the man behind the scenes on production, and joining me is the Fallen Sanctum. We are one caster down, so I'm filling in for him. Sanctum, how are you today, and what are you thinking about today's teams?
I'm doing good. I'm kind of excited to see a lower seeded match. We've seen a lot of high rollers lately, a lot of stomps. Maybe this gives us a close 3-game series because, rather they've taken more L's than W's. So, maybe we'll see a lot more cooking and fighting in games 1 and 2 to force a game 3. But yeah, no, I'm kind of excited to see the opposite side of the bracket, instead of seeing people that are undefeated.
Yeah, it should be a good look. These teams are pretty much bottom of the barrel in AEL. I think Pride is 2-2 with a 6-6 record, and D Sovereign is 0-4 with a 1-8 record. So it should be some interesting games. Like Sovereign, I think, might be out of contention entirely at this point. So there should be no real things that they're fighting for, so everything's up in the air as to what they're going to be pulling out here.
And to be fair, when there's no expectations, that's when we can expect the greatest games, because there's nothing to lose. So just give us the Ziggs Cammy with Mundo mid and I don't know, whatever terroristic jungler you want to play, Graves or something. I don't know, man. Play TF top and just bully people. Just go ahead, please. Just give us something fun to watch.
Yeah, if you have a spicy pocket pick, now's the time to pull it out, right?
Yeah, did you see in the LCK Challengers? They played Scion 80 carry versus a mage. He went K-Nick, Heartsteel, and he sat there deathless for 40 minutes.
So that's why I ran into it in my Clash game the other day.
Yeah. So, funnily enough, about troll and off-meta picks or whatever, when it's done in pro, it's fine. When a YouTuber tells you to do it and you do it, you get banned. So, by all means, once you are pro, you can be paid to throw games. Just don't make it look like you're intentionally win trading. But in ranked, stick to the status quo. And it's funny, I believe I saw there was an ERL ruling banning people from sports from playing Camille because they were too dog water on the champion, that they didn't know if it would just be match fixing or if it was a skill issue. That was the funniest thing I read today.
Interesting. Well, let's get into these teams here. So we'll start off with XSV Pride. We have Sick in the top lane, Sodium Hydroxide in the jungle, Jack in the mid lane, Saucy Hunt in the ADC role, and Eden in support. For Team B, let's see, we have DE Sovereign.
Yeah, we got the Drunk Demon in top lane, the Shiba in jungle, Hyrule Chemist in the mid lane, the Demon on AD carry, and Ryoga on support. So both these teams, you saw the win-loss record 6-6, 1-8. So they've been handed more losses than they've been handed wins. But that means we can kind of probably go into this draft thinking about the no holds barred. We're still in the mage Reich in the bot lane. Where if you play a mage and your jungler ignores you kind of just win the game. But hey. Maybe we'll see traditional 80 carries by the time Classic comes out. Maybe all the sweaty people will go play Classic for a week or two.
Right. Yeah, Mel has been terrorizing bot lanes all season long. So is Ziggs. Well, pretty much everyone at this point. Cassiopeia's made her way down there. Victor's made his way down there. It's just kind of ridiculous. And in the mid lane, it's just push the lane and run, right? So...
Honestly, mid, you can play whatever the hell you want. As long as you have a dash and you build Rocket Belt on a mage, you can honestly play whatever the heck you want to play. It doesn't matter. The Riot clearly doesn't want to balance champions. They just want to nerf good champions.
Yeah.
Taking time on that first ban. really deep in the tank. I mean, it's game one, Fearless, so to be fair, this is like the worst part of Fearless where everything's open, so the bans don't really matter because there's too much to ban outside of someone being like a one trick, right? Where it can be impactful. Oh wow, the ban's dynamically updated as we speak. Okay, so we've got Ashe, Neferi, Akali, and we've got Diana, Wukong, Caitlyn. Some interesting bans, but a lot of just staple champions across the board.
Yeah, I mean, Neferi has been really strong for a while, so that's not surprising. Wukong gives you a lot of agency, and Ashe has just been really strong as long as she's targeting Seraphine. Diana isn't super strong, but I guess that's more of a targeted ban. And Caitlyn just is really strong in general. So,
Caitlyn's very impressive. Oh, Ezreal, okay, so I mean, this is probably the safest pick in bot lane, like overall, even when considering mages, and plays really well into mages. So depending on what the Ezreal is paired up with, can be a really aggressive pick, or can be just, you know, a standalone, my support's gonna go roam for 45 minutes kind of pick. So yeah, we see the Seraphine coming in here on the other side, and yeah, I think this Ezreal's not gonna be doing much in there.
yeah, probably not. Really don't see Ezreal's too much nowadays, unless you're wanting to play a very safe lane. And with the Zac pick in jungle, I guess I can understand why you want to play safe here. You don't see Zac very often either, really.
Yeah, no. That is interesting though. I do think that kind of like almost solidifies that Seraphine, instead of a support pick, to be like the mage bot pick that we've seen quite often at recent events. So a lot of magic damage so far, and a great way to start team fights, at least from the side of Desperado. So
right. The one issue with Zac you tend to run into is he engages and then he's stuck in the middle of the team fight. He has no escapes whatsoever. The same can be said with Nocturne, but at least Nocturne has the added utility of shutting off the lights for the rest of the team as well. So that provides utility as well with his engage, even though it is a one-way street. But Zac is kind of just in, and that's it. But so if your team doesn't follow up, you're kind of stuck. You don't really get out of fights that you're going
you definitely need dive buddies when it comes to playing Zac. But I do like that we have the Orianna and better Orianna hovered and locked in for both teams. So we've got the ball delivery system essentially on two sides. It's a little bit more awkward with Sylas because you can't move the ball. You are the ball. So if you get knocked away, yeah, just like all the minion waves. So but excited to see this Sylas. I mean, it's fun to see Sylas into mages that have good engage ultimates, because it means that the Sylas ever finds a pick, it's a free team fight start. And it's kind of what Desperado want to do. You know, they want people to align the encore so it stretches even further to catch the backline. Like this Ezreal, it's probably going to be trying to snipe some mystic shots in team fights.
So what other bands? Well, we got the Mundo and we have the Karma here, so it looks like they're trying to prevent front-to-back, straight-up team fights from XSV Pride, which isn't a horrible thing to see. They're also trying to prevent that just ridiculous post-lane. So two reasonable bands coming in from BE Sovereign. On the other side, we have Senna and Jinx coming in. So, what do you think Pride is going to round out the draft?
Well, the Mundo, because it's, having triple AP carries, you know, go Koenig, Force of Nature, you kind of don't really have to care. Okay, the Viego is confusing, as that probably means the Zac might not be jungle. I don't know if we're playing lane Viego in 2026, so it's going to be interesting. But from the side of Pride, we're looking for a dive buddy for Nocturne and the tank. So either engage support tank top or engage top enchanter support. So yeah, the Leona, the dive buddy here for the Nocturne, pairs really well with the Shockwave. The slows line up really nicely, and not knowing where this Viego is going is kind of interesting. I mean, Viego really good into fighters, not that great into tanks, especially if you camp him early. Essentially, he wields the Blade of the Ruined King, so when he builds it again, he does a lot of damage. I do like the set pick here. If it is like a Viego top or a Zac top, set matches fantastically into both. And if Zac ults, set ult Zac under turret, and then set laughs as he presses W and wins the team fight.
Yeah. The true damage will definitely help out a lot for this set going into either Zac or Viego. Okay.
It's so when you see the enemy team having Silas, you can't really give them that many amazing ultimates. So you kind of like you can't just play Alistar here, because then the Silas becomes unkillable in team fights. And the set is nice because it's a physical damage ultimate, so Silas will never want to take it, outside of maybe getting lucky to escape once using it. So, what was the last pick? It was Maokai?
Yes, we have Maokai as last pick.
Okay. I mean, having almost 4 junglers and a Seraphine, I'm reminded of this really weird couch meme. But yeah, gonna be interested in seeing where these players go. I'm pretty sure it's Maokai support. I honestly want to say it's Silas mid, because it wouldn't make much sense to prepare Silas into set when he has a great Orianna matchup. And if this is solo lane Viego, I hope we're cooking. If we're just going the standard collector build and you get caught out in a minion wave, there's no HP in that, so you will just get 2-shot by the set, who is going like Stridebreaker, Overlord, Split Mail.
Well, I will let us know short. Okay. Shenanigans and some select. Someone had the wrong one.
Okay, well, yeah, they definitely can't start the lobby with the wrong rolls. Imagine the juggler can't buy the juggle item, the support doesn't have a world atlas. It's like,
yeah, that
you can't have 280 carries. That'd be too broken. Just imagine being able to farm so much money for the team. But honestly, I'm liking the team comp here from Desperado. I feel like if they don't give too much up early, because it feels like they have a rather weak early game like that, but the post 6 looks really nice. So if we can get into these 5v5 brawly and messy team fights, compared to when Pride literally just want to find someone and annihilate them with the Nocturne Orianna combo, I think Desperado have a pretty good shot at winning extended brawls, because they have an insane amount of sustain across the board.
Yeah, it actually is really ridiculous how much sustain this team has. It will be very difficult to get through that if they don't layer their ultimates correctly. Although the wombo that XSV Pride has is pretty good. Problem I see is if they don't burst the correct people out with that wombo, then DE is going to be able to come back after those ultimates are all expended and win the team fight.
Yeah, I think for Pride, it's really simple. The Viego and Seraphine have to die, and then you can disengage. Outside of that, if you don't kill the Seraphine, no one's dying in the team fight. Then if this Viego gets fed, then it's gonna be Reset City. Apparently also your volume is low, so try. Apparently we can barely hear you on stream.
Oh, right. Let's see what I can do with that. Alrighty, is that any better?
I guess we'll wait for the bump check. I'm not the one who posted. Well, you do seem louder than you were before, so I assume at least on my side I can hear you a lot better. So I guess that means maybe the stream can hear you a little bit better. We'll have to wait and see. I assume we're just waiting on spec delay before we
yes, we are. Yes, we are.
All right. So what's your dragon prediction gonna be? Because honestly, I want to see Ocean or Chemtech.
I'm gonna go.
I want to see all that.
I'm gonna go with Infernal here. I want to see people blow up.
Fair enough. I think if Friday is to get through this four Chads and a Princess team comp, they're definitely gonna need some extra burst potential from the dragon side of things.
Right. So we look like we have the team comps in here.
Oh, okay. Zac top. Okay, I mean, not the best Zac matchup, but I mean, to be fair, if you can not die pre-6 and not waste your passive, I think if ever the side tries to all in you, you can just all out away. And I think honestly that's the game plan, unless we want to gank sick with Shiva, because Viego kind of needs to do stuff pre-6. It doesn't really need the ultimate to get stuff done compared to Sodium Hydroxide, who's gonna want that paranoia to pair into a lot of ganks with Jack. But bot side, bot wise though, I do think that Saucy and Eden should have a very fun time in this matchup. I mean, Maokai Seraphine, that's like as much damage as when I stub my pinky toe on my bed, like corner. And unless the Ezreal's AFK in the middle of the Seraphine combo, I think we're fine. Because Maokai, if ever they're trying to dive you and he twisted advances, you can bring him into the turret. Because it does not connect until he lands. Right. So funnily enough, there used to be this funny thing where you could bait Maokai with like Kalista and someone. Maokai would W the support, but the support would get Kalista ulted and they just get yeeted on the turret and die. It was the funniest thing ever, but sadly not in the Kalista meta right now.
So I just recently learned with the Hex Tech gates, when you Nocturne ult somebody, it doesn't follow them all the way through the Hex Tech gates. It only follows them until you catch up to them.
Yeah.
Which is...
So with Paranoia is not like the cease and desist. It's like it's an initial skill shot. Where if it's supposed to predict you're going to land at point A, it's going to land at point A even if you end up at point B. That's why you can end up dodging out of it in certain scenarios. But like cease and desist and like a Kali Shuriken or whatever have to follow the destination. It will not stop until they reach. The Paranoia is more of a skill shot than via Kali. So a little fun tidbit. Also, did you know when Zac has passive or Anivia or anyone who has a revive, they'll have a guardian angel symbol above their level. That's fun to know. So if you want to know when the passive is up, like the egg for Anivia or Zac's revive, just look for the wings and the halo on top of their level.
Okay.
That'll be indicated.
I did not know that. The more you know.
Yeah. With teleport changes, though, Zac does get indistinct. He gets much worse because there used to be a point in time where you could teleport on a blob and guarantee the revive, but the teleport doesn't give immunity to Zac blobs anymore. so we'll not be able to YOLO in this Silas into a team fight through the Zac with a teleport. But there was a time where you could come up with some really crazy strategies. But they don't like us having fun with TP. That's why it keeps getting nerfed every patch. Unfortunately, they want you to take Ignite as a top laner. Ugh. I'm a tank player, so whenever I see someone have Ghost or Ignite or Exhaust, I'm like, cringe. Like, why don't you go play Fortnite, bro? You're too sweaty for my lane. Sorry for the long delay. We had to remake Champ Select, so we should be in shortly, I guess.
Yeah. We can actually bring us in live here in just a few seconds, guys. Getting everything set up. Speaking of,
yeah.
You about ready?
Yeah. I've run out of things to talk about in this Steve Cause. I need to see some developments as the color casting.
That is a first. All right,
yeah,
bring us live, guys, in just 3, 2, and 1.
Heck yeah, more of us. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're finally on the road.
Bump. There we go.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Okay, so we've got the teleport here on the Zac versus the Ignite on Set, and teleport on Nori versus Ignite on Silas. So probably Silas probably looking to trade as much HP as he can in the early laning phase to get as much minions and XP as he can. This is normally a bit of a struggle bug. At least pre-level 3, Silas doesn't have the best laning phase, but also Silas does run out of mana pretty quickly. So you can't be spamming the combos too often. You have to really be trying to just farm the minions. Unless you have guaranteed kill angles.
Excuse me. Yeah, right now, everything's just going pretty simply. I mean, there's really not much to talk about in this bot lane. It's going to be Ezreal Leona, so not even any of the poke that you would normally get with the Enchanter bot lane with that Ezreal likes to partner with.
Hey, the thing to note though is that Saucy and Eden, they don't really have any sustain. So any poke that the demon lands will stick through. This new Doran's bow start doesn't give you sustain. It gives you combat power.
Right. Yeah, so it's interesting though. Eden is wanting to be very aggressive, getting the flash out of Ryoga already, dropping that ignite as well. Oh, Ezreal lands a Q already, another mystic shot, getting Ryoga very low, already forcing both of the health pots out. So
and we can also see here topside, Shiba not really having much access to the wave. So it's gonna have to crash in. It's gonna be a little hard. Ooh, okay, Ryoga could be in trouble.
Okay, this is a lot more aggressive in the bot lane than you would expect from an Ezreal Leona. Viego getting the invade on the Raptors as well. So this is a lot more aggro than you would think. But it is Ezreal and Leona backing first.
Yeah, well, the big problem with the AD carry picks into the mage picks, right, is you normally, unless you're like Varus, you don't really have the TP. You can take it on Ezreal, but then you lose the option. Oh, okay, no. Okay, I thought Shiba was gonna lose passive here. But
Okay.
yeah,
I see what you were talking about the GA wings.
yeah, the little GA icon above the level. It's honestly it's a cute addition. Ooh, okay, Shiba though gonna go into the passive.
All right,
let's see if Sick. Oh.
Sick pounding away, gets 3 of the blobs, and Shiba forced to flash out, but he gets first blood onto Sick. With the W, the Haymaker secures it for him.
Yeah, I think the Ignite had already secured, but it's never a bad thing to make sure you secure your own kill,
Right.
But yeah, you lose passive. 3-6, you're down almost 15 CS, and you give over a kill. It's not looking that good. It's gonna be a pretty big struggle bus.
Yeah, overkill is better than no kill in my books every day.
Yes. If it's your kill, of course. If you're taking someone else's kill, depending on what role you are, maybe sometimes you got to show a little bit of restraint.
Right. When I'm playing support and I take the ADC's kill. Oops.
I mean, to be fair, if I'm Pike, it's fine because he gets money.
Right.
But if I'm like Bard or Rakan, I just feel so bad. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to use this money. I'm going to buy controllers with it.
Well, I find I take a lot more kills on Rakan than I mean to, just because his auto attack is so fast.
Yeah. Indeed, it is inconspicuous. So a lot of people get caught off guard by it. So here in the mid lane, Chemist hasn't taken a recall yet. But he's been able to hold his ground here against the Orianna. Ooh, okay.
Here comes Key with the gank, but SCK is close enough to turret that it's not really going to do anything except for give away his position on the map.
Now it's putting the wave in not that great of a state here for Shiba. He's no flash, no passive. Sick already has the level 6. Ooh. Here we go.
Eden lands the hook onto Ryoga. Ryoga is going to get taken out by Saucy Hunt. And yeah, we can see the map movement by Sodium Hydroxide. He is getting the invade off now that Key has shown his position in the top side. There wasn't really any camps up for him, but now that they have this kill in the bot side, he is going to be able to take away the Grump in the counter invade. So.
And definitely when you see the jungler on the opposite side of the map and some of his camps are up, you definitely have to try and punish. So the jungle metagame is a lot about punishing more than rewarding. So if you fall behind on your own camps, stealing your opponent's camps is actually a pretty good strategy to come back into the game.
Right. Yeah, the really good thing about stealing your opponent's camp is it not only sets him... It gets you up a camp, but it sets him behind a camp. So it's basically a 2-camp swing in your favor, which equates to 8 minions.
Which is a lot.
Yes.
Because the big thing about junglers is you don't really have a good smite until your jungle items finish, and if someone's stealing your camps, unless you want to go invade the enemy camps, you're just sitting there waiting with nothing to do. Ooh.
Okay, we have Hyrule Alchemist going in onto Jack in the mid lane. Gets a really nice combo, takes off about half the health of this Orianna. And that's all.
Oh, okay.
Goes in, but lands onto Eden. Jack is going to go down, though, in the 2v1. That is a really nice outcome. But here comes Nocturne. Flash under turret, but Nocturne is going to secure the kill.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the difference between the Ignite and no Ignite. It's like, my Leona's here, I'm safe. Oh, wait, no, he has Ignite. And then he just died. It's like, no. Oh, okay, the showstopper.
SCK with another kill onto the Zac up in the top lane. This set is going to be a problem for DE Sovereign.
The thing that adds salt to the wound here for the side of Desperado is that every time the Zac tries to go in, he gets ignited, so his own passive kind of just stops working. There's no healing when you're ignited. So it's just sitting there taking too much damage.
Right. One of the issues with Zac, especially if you play him in lane, is that you use your health to power your abilities, and you only get the healing back if you can pick up the blobs that sprout from using your abilities. The only problem with that is your lane opponent can step on those and stop you from getting that health back. So it's a lot easier if you're in the jungle to do that because the minions don't stop that from happening. But your lane opponents can very easily stop that from happening. So whenever you use your abilities in lane, you're hurting yourself on top of your lane opponent hurting yourself. And if you can't get your bloblets back, you're not healing.
Yeah, we're seeing some really good trades here by Chemist onto Jack, forcing a few early recalls. The aggressive start here from the Silas and can always threaten with the hijack. He hadn't taken the Orianna ultimate yet, so it is definitely scary. If ever Jack does lose his flash, could be pretty menacing, at least in this early game.
Yes. Yeah, not to mention the fact that Silas is very snowbally as a champion.
Oh yeah.
He is down a good amount of CS though, so overall I'd say the gold is about equalized. Yeah, we can see it's pretty close. He's only up about 30 CS, give or take.
Ooh, okay, Saucy getting jumped on here. Forced to cleanse and flash.
But here comes the paranoia, forces the flash out of Seraphine, but Seraphine is going to get feared. We do have Ryoga in with the peel though. And nothing is really going to come of this, but here comes Key with the counter engage. Is he going to be there in time? He gets the flash stun onto Ezreal, and there comes Seraphine for the answer. Ryoga getting really low is going to have to back off. Flash forward from the Seraphine is not going to get the kill onto sodium hydroxide, but does force the flash out of the Nocturne. But really nice.
Jack looking for the rotation.
Oh, Orianna with the flash ultimate onto Key and secures the kill there. So back and forth team fight there, 1-for-1 overall.
I think if you're Pride, you're really happy. Your set is just mogging the Zac in the top lane by himself, so you never really need to pay attention, and your carries are getting kills. So that's what really matters at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah, really nice roam on the part of Orianna. I think XSV would have been a little happier if it happened a bit earlier, but overall, I'm sure they're happy with clawing that back and getting a 1v1 or 1-for-1 out of that play.
Yeah. We're nearing first items here in the mid lane. I think it's Lich Bane versus... it looks like Luden's Tempest, but you can tell the difference here in the jungle. It's a completed item to a garage sale right now, so we've almost got the Kraken Slayer, but until we do, Viego's power level is rather low. So it's not going to look to duel this Nocturne anytime soon.
Yeah, no, and Nocturne went for, was it the experimental Hexplate first, so... instead of going for like the Tiamat item, yeah, Stridebreaker, thank you. So that means his ultimates are going to have a lot more impact in the early game. So overall, that makes him a lot more dangerous in the team fights.
Speaking of which, Hydrox is looking for a play here in bot lane. Not gonna find something, but they probably want to set up for this following drag. It's gonna be spawning in just a second. They even brought Sick over. Okay. Uncontested here.
Okay, they are gonna pull the dragon out to the edge of the pit, which is good. I always like to look for that because teams that don't do that tend to get stuck inside the dragon pit, which can be very dangerous if a dragon fight happens.
And yeah, no, so far just clean early game from Pride. They have adequate gold leads. The set is pretty happy. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon.
SCK caught out in a bush, but here comes a paranoia, and Set with the ultimate is on a killing spree. Oh wow, that haymaker just chunked the crap out of Viego. And
yeah, that true damage definitely going to town there. Shiva's rotation rather late. I think he was looking for a slingshot angle, but couldn't find one. So just ends up watching his jungler die. And even though the Ignite was used, I think the set is really happy to have... I think that was a blue buff also on... I'm not too sure. Yeah, yep. No, it's an extra blue buff. More cooldown reduction on a champion with no costs. No mana for set. It was just... Everything's free!
Yeah. Set very much is happy with that exchange. Thank you very much. You trapped me in a bush, and I came out on top. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you always with the face breaker, you always have to be a little bit careful because if you tag someone on both sides, it becomes a stun instead of a pullback. So Viego caught off guard, didn't have his completed item, rather squishy because it doesn't build any HP. So that true damage just ends up being a nuke and takes him out of the team fight real quick.
Yeah.
One day Silas will have an item.
Yeah, unfortunately for Desperado, these farming leads that XSV have are only getting larger, and that's causing a lot of issues for them.
Yeah, Zach trying to clear the wave here. Gonna be successful. Gonna lose a plate in exchange though. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're almost 60 CS down here on the Zach. So there's just no money coming in from that top lane.
All right, this is a very tough spot to be if you're the Desperado top lane. Zach in the jungle from behind feels like a very difficult spot to manage. I can only imagine how tough a spot it feels like being in the top lane.
Yeah, just he's gonna be the one playing against the set when the set looks to push the inner turrets and stuff. So if you're not able to contest the waves properly, you're just gonna be sitting there watching as the waves just disappear.
Right. I mean, it's not even like you're a Rumble who actually has wave clear. We do have an engage from Key, but the follow-up from Demon just isn't there. Misses on the Encore.
The Encore. Oh, okay.
Okay, it looks like Sovereign wants
Are they going to try?
Yeah, he doesn't realize he's backing on a ward. Leona engages and lands the entire combo. The Nocturne comes in with the paranoia and secures the kill. Ah, man. That's one of those plays where you just need to sweep beforehand. You can't just back in that position and hope everything will work out.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate here for Desperado. Sweeper was available for Key. He goes down, first turret mid goes down, and the top lane outer also. So it just ends up being a really, really bad trade for them. Now almost down 6,000 gold at this point. I don't know if they just have the damage to kill the carries anymore. The peel from this set Leona is probably going to be good enough to carry them, at least tempo-wise, into this mid-game.
Right. Yeah, now we see that XSV is getting in position to ward up for the next Drake fight. There isn't much that Sovereign is going to be able to do to contest this. We see SCK already coming in to push them back away from blue buff, but it looks like Sovereign is going to try to answer back. They force the flash out of SCK and are clearing away a little bit of the warding that was gotten in their deep side blue jungle, but yeah, other than that, there isn't much they can do. They're getting a little bit of chip damage on this top lane turret, but there's not much they can really contest with.
The side with no flash is actually pretty big. That means you can't surprise the Viego. Ooh, okay, Viego going in. Gonna steal. Ooh.
Wow.
That's huge.
Viego gives up his life for a Chemtech Drake. Yeah, that's actually really big. 2 Drakes to 1 for DE Sovereign. That really slows down the Drake scaling for XSV Pride. Okay, so it's a Chemtech.
Yeah. We stay winning, boys. We stay winning, boys.
But yeah, so So now
Go
Pride
ahead.
doesn't have that really as a win condition for the time being. It's going to be less important to them to really stack this up aside from stopping that as being a win condition for Desperado. So for XSV, like the next Drake, the only reason it's going to be important is to stop Desperado from getting it. But it looks like he might have gotten a little bit too frosty here. He's getting caught out. Jack gets the kill, making Oriana 2-1-3. That's a really good scoreline for Oriana. We have the Paranoia coming in. Sodium Hydroxide going really deep. Gets Demon the Fear. In comes the Encore, and Nocturne is going to go down. We do have Silas coming in from the side. Saucy Hunt getting chunked out a bit. Leona coming down from Horrible Alchemist as well. Eden getting engaged on as well. Another Leona ult coming out.
But look at that damage coming out from the Oriana. Now Zach's in trouble here. Shiba getting caught out.
Oh, here comes the set ult. Eden gets the engage onto Ryoga. Ryoga's getting chased down, and Jack is going to get another kill. He's on a killing spree now. And just like that, XSV answers right back as Desperado chases too far.
Yeah, you see them running for the hills. They pick up a really nice shutdown here on the Seraphine. It's still deathless. And with these Chemtech Dragons, you know, the comeback chance is a real possibility, but I'm just worried about this front line just not existing.
Right. Yeah, the Zach is only at one item and a pair of boots. And right now, he just can't really do much in the front line. He's barely healthier than the Maokai. So when he's put in front of this 2 completed item set, he just is going to melt.
Oh yeah, especially with that Black Cleaver, that 60 armor that's been built up. Ooh, Key could be in trouble here.
Yeah. And Key just keeps...
Knight coming down. Who forced the ult, but the Paranoia here are looking, and is Key gonna get punished?
Yeah.
No way he escapes.
Hydroxide's going really deep for this. He is getting engaged on, but Demon gets caught out trying to back, and Eden and Saucy Hunt secure that kill, so that's 2 members of Desperado down already, and it looks like this mid lane tier 2 is going to be next on the chopping block.
I mean, Baron's up, but we don't really have that good Baron damage, so I'm pretty fine just farming the turrets, at least for now. But yeah, no, the Seraphine was kind of just abandoned. She got caught out, and yeah, she's rather squishy, let's just say that much.
Yeah, I don't really understand Key's thinking here. This is 2 times in a row he's gotten caught out trying to invade the enemy jungle when you don't even have proper warding in your own jungle. So there's no real reason you should be on that side of the river at this point in the game when you're so far behind.
Yeah, Viego, rather feast or famine, you know, when he gets put behind. I think the desperation is settling in here for Desperado, and they just don't really have much of a formulated game plan other than land 5-man encore win, GG, easy, no re.
I love the alliteration.
Yeah.
Oh no, and here comes Key getting caught out again. Saucy Hunt.
Not again.
Saucy Hunt going forward with his ease and gets a double kill for it. Oh man.
And that's the damage from Desperado just gone again. Another dragon up, but I think you know, if you're Pride, you don't really mind giving up maybe this dragon so you can take Baron and at least start pushing the inhibitors. So siege power not that amazing here from the side of Pride, so they do need a little bit of help. And with no jungle here from the side of Desperado, I don't think that they do enough damage to rush down this Chemtech dragon anyway. So I think this is the proper setup here.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people saying this season that it's hard to break bases without Baron. I've been experiencing that a bit myself. So definitely not a bad play. And especially after taking out Viego and Seraphine, you can see that Desperado didn't even have the confidence to take Dragon even while Baron was being taken. So XSV are going to get their cake and eat it too, and they're going to be able to go back to base and spend all their gold.
Yeah, we're looking at a 10,000 gold deficit here for Desperado, so every lane is losing rather hard. I mean, outside of support, where it's only like a 600-700 gold deficit, it's an almost 3,000, almost 2,000 gold deficit bot lane. I can't really tell the numbers. Mid probably looks close to 2K, but and 2K across the board here. Things are kind of a struggle bus for Desperado. They really need this like clean wombo combo team fight if they have any hopes of coming back into this game. Also, this Viego can't be the first person picked off.
Yeah, you really need Viego to be available to get resets in these fights, and when he's the first person to die, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. We do see a TP out of Zach. Not sure what he's looking for. You definitely would like Zach to be available for flank angles. You have a bit of one here, and Zach is disrupting the fight. We do see an encore come through, but only lands onto one. We do see Set getting engaged into the fight, but the Paranoia comes down. Hyrule Alchemist is going to go down. Jack is on a rampage. Shiba is next on the chopping block, but he flashes over the wall. He's going to survive. Eden is going deep, but he makes it out. Jack is chasing down Shiba, though. He's going to secure the kill. Jack is unstoppable, and Zach is down. Jack slays Zach, and now it's the tier 3 turret is getting chopped down here. And it looks like XSV Pride is ready to break down the base.
HP bar's getting kind of low. I think Pride can take a recall here, but another dominant teamfight win once again for Pride, and it kind of just shows Demon just right now doesn't have the damage. Key is playing getting picked off simulator, and it's just there's sadly there's just no damage on this team comp. I think even if the full Wombo lands, I think Orianna or Ezreal live. I'm a bit of a hater, but we didn't draft any win. Our win condition was our jungler not being behind, and our jungler is 0-8-1. If I see that in my solo queue games, I'm definitely not going to be too happy.
Right. Yeah.
Also, item-wise, Orianna nearing her 3.5 item. Silas is still on 1, so...
Oh, no.
Okay, guys.
He getting caught out again in his own jungle, forced the ultimate away. Zach with the long-range engage, but there is no follow-up to get in on that engage. So, you know, Key does not die in that engage, luckily, but he's not going to have any ultimate for any follow-up fight for the next minute or so.
And there's nothing to take on them on the board outside the turrets. So if they can't crack this inhibitor ring, then we're just waiting a minute 30 till the next dragon. But you can already tell how hard it is for Desperado to even get priority to start clearing these waves. They have to be tanking this mystic shots, this command dissonances from the Orianna, and it's just that there's no priority. At least Silas now finished the second item as we speak, though. But Orianna about to finish her third. So if we can't find a good flank on Saucy or Jack, I really don't see the copium angle as to which we can come back in these team fights.
Yeah, really, even if you get one good team fight with a great flank, I don't think you're winning the game off of that. I think you need several in a row in order for that to happen. And even then, I think you need a couple of team fights like that into an Elder to actually win the game for yourself. And then just getting deleted by an Orianna ult like that isn't going to help your case.
Yeah, definitely. Now that the mid inhib turret is gone.
Oh,
okay, looks like
we have an Orianna flash. Yeah, Leona flash engage, followed by Paranoia. Ezreal takes out the Seraphine. Looks like Set is finally going to go down, so we have a little bit of a reset for the Viego. Shut down onto the Orianna, another reset coming in. Eden is next on the list, and we have Hyrule Alchemist going forward. A lot of damage coming down. Eden is about to fall. Triple kill for this Viego. Viego is finally looking like he's doing something. Powerball Alchemist doing a lot of damage. And, but Nocturne comes through, takes out the Viego, and Saucy Hunt cleans up the fight. And it's XSV Pride who comes out on top, winning the team fight by the skin of their teeth, and they're going to take out the first... Oh, I can't even think of the word. Inhibitor. Thank you.
Yeah, so a good comeback team fight here from Desperado, but they managed to shore down the gold lead from like 13,000 to just 9,000, so it's not as much at the end of the world. And you know, the Viego did pick up some important money, so he's about caught up here against the Nocturne. But the big problem is Ezreal with 15,000 gold at 30 minutes. That's 200. That's like 200 gold a minute or something. It's kind of crazy. Saucy is really, really rich.
Yes. Yeah,
and he does damage.
It's one of those things that you don't see very often just because people don't play Ezreal too much right now. But a late game Ezreal just pumps out so much damage.
But the current build, especially because the Endless Hunger is a thing that gives you so much ability haste, Ezreal's Q essentially has no cooldown. Whether it hits or misses, it's just infinite. This item is pretty broken for a reason. But yeah, no, we've taken Chemtech's whole point. We're looking to take Baron now, and with this Baron, I think we can just walk mid with a super minion and just look to end the game. As long as Sick doesn't just instantly die under turret while missing the haymaker, I think we could just cleanly close out the game.
All right, it looks like Desperado is not even going to attempt to contest that. That was on a ward. They didn't even try to clear the vision out. But yeah, Desperado was not in position to contest at all. So a little bit of miscommunication on the macro play there. And now XSV Pride is just walking it in.
Yeah, we do get a turret here from Shiba, so probably just to try and finish an item. But with these buffed up super minions coming in, it's going to be hard to defend. But let's see if they can mount the base defense. They successfully did it last time, and they have to do it again for the rest of the game.
Okay, this is a little bit of a heads-up play by XSV Pride. They walked it in ARAM style through mid lane, just in order to clear the bot lane inhibitor. Now they're backing off in order to four-man the top lane and get all three inhibs to get the double super minions coming in.
I mean, Sick has teleport anyway, so he doesn't need to be grouped with the team. He can look to just use the quest reward to just TP in if need be. And if he's left alone, but never mind, looks like he's going to regroup. I was going to say, if he's left alone for more than 10 seconds, he could probably just end the game by himself. There's a really big wave bot lane that they're going to have to pay attention to it, but
Paranoia comes in, secures a kill onto Hireable Alchemist. Eden is going in. We have Zac with his ultimate, but he's going to get stunned up, and he is going to go down. He's forced to flash away. Bloblets go down, but we have Leona going in further onto Demon. Demon's caught out now, and Demon is going to go down. Saucy Hunt is legendary. Jack takes out Demon, and now this tier 3 turret is going to go down. That's going to be all 3 turrets, and likely the game for XSV Pride. We figured it was only a matter of time, but only Ryoga and Key are left for Desperado, and that's going to be Ryoga. Key is the last one standing. He's resurrecting now as his GA gets popped, and he's going to go down in just a moment. There he is, and that's Key, and that's the game, and it's XSV Pride taking game 1 in this best of 3 series.
Yeah, we saw the match record being 6-6 and like 1-8, and we can kind of no flame though. We can kind of see why Desperado have been struggling so far this season. It feels like, at least when it comes to team fights, there seems to be a pretty big lack of communication, especially when you're using your carries to peel for your tanks. That's I think we're getting some role reversal. that we need to be getting done here. Poor Seraphine was used like a meat shield. As we get ready for the game 2 draft here, I think the big thing that we got to look at least at this draft, is we kind of blind picked top lane. It got counterpicked. It got shit on. We had a decent matchup mid that lost a bit in CS, but we got the first early kill. Chemist looked like he was doing good, but then I don't know. He just the Orianna just scaled insanely well. And while Demon and Ryoga were kind of doing okay against the Ezreal Leona, the fact that Key was getting caught out too often, it really hurt the potential of this Viego looking to find pigs when the Viego was getting two-shot by an Ezreal, you know? Forced to go GA, third item, that's not what you want in the Viego lifestyle. If you're super fed, then you've already got your Death Stance and stuff, and then you build your GA and you feel like unstoppable because you're getting resets. But yeah, Key got, what, 2 or 3 resets that game? 1 in the early game where he died.
Right.
And then 2 in that one team fight where they did not touch Saucy with a skill shot.
Yeah, pretty much. There wasn't really anything else that Viego got done. Just really that one team fight where they had their last hurrah, and just the Ezreal was too far ahead and cleaned it up. But other than that, Viego was really lackluster.
This is a typical example of a team comp that just it drafts too much of one thing and not enough of anything else. There was too much potential scaling if it was a Chemtech Soul, and they got Chemtech Soul, and they were winning team fights, and they weren't too far behind. But, you know, when you get slapped by a gold bar instead of a dollar bill, you understand that the wallet diff is too huge. Saucy was never threatened in team fights. He died once. I believe he got caught out once, died, and it was like about an even team fight when Saucy died because Jack just cleaned up the fight with Nocturne. So outside of that, that was like the one high point of the game here for Desperado. But I think going into the game 2 draft, I'd love to see more win cons, less loss conditions. You know, like, it's great to draft late game, but if you're going to draft late game, you have to play in a way where you can get to the late games. Right now, how much time was that in game? Was that, 35 minutes? 35 minutes is still the mid game on Summoner's Rift in this current patch. 46 minutes is what we consider the late game for these scaling team comps. We don't make it there. That's like 4 Barons, 2 Elders, and we're back in the draft. Here, we see a lot of jungle bans, Nefiri, Diana, Wukong. Also, for those of you who play jungle who do not like Nefiri, Nefiri is getting gutted to hell and back. I believe next patch or the patch after. So if you do not like seeing the Glizzy Gobbler, she is getting like laser cannoned off of Summoner's Rift. Who knows? They might want some of the nerfs back, but it looks really rough to the point where the champion's not even going to be playable in the jungle anymore.
Well, that is good.
Okay, I like the J4 here. But once again, you know, Pride, they drafted a purpose. They had Nocturne Orianna, they had follow-up damage, and they had the set and the Leona that were just like YOLO. And it just kind of worked out. So I really like the Jarvan. It kind of disincentivizes a lot of these mage picks. It's Desperado with the Jarvan. My bad. I do like the Vi into the Jarvan here. And when you pair Vi with a pick champion like Ahri, though the Ahri kind of has to do stuff. We've seen, at least at MSI and EWC, we've seen a lot of Ahris kind of just getting stalled out. And a big answer into this Ahri pick is the Annie that a lot of Chinese teams have really been favoring. So we'll see here if Chemist does play the Annie. It is rather a straight up matchup. Ahri looks to find a charm. You just drop the tippers on her and just kind of just go to town. The Sivir, I like. It's safe. You know, you got the spell shield for that cease and desist if ever you're caught out too far away. And it's a win condition, late game win condition, and it's a lot of damage. So it's not like the Seraphine where even at 5 items it feels like you do 0 damage. But yeah. Also, champions that build crit, fun fact. small PSA for you AD carry players. You know, critical strike damage does more than magic damage 90% of the time. I like the Malzahar here. It's a good control mage option. Honestly, Malzahar is just going to push the wave. Ari's going to be kind of stuck mid. So I hope Pride take this as an example. You know, let the Malzahar push you in. Roam. Like, clear the wave and roam. Go look to make plays. The second you get that Malignance, you get that Spirit Rush, to make plays. You have to make plays. Malzahar will not let you get any agency in this game. So Desperado have a solid plan. They had somewhat of a plan last game. But now the Silas off the table, we can really pick the Alistar. We can kind of just have fun with it. There's no more threat of an unkillable mid laner. Everyone is vulnerable now. So we can pick some nice clean engage to pair with a Vi. And this pick comp is looking really nice here from the side of Pride. I wonder what we're going to draft bot and topside though for them.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's going to be anything to secure the mid game for Sovereign, because right now, well, I mean, they have Jarvan, but is there anything that's gonna follow up with some damage in the mid game? Because right now you have Malzahar and Sivir, which very much want to wait for the later game, and typically don't do a lot of damage in the mid game.
I'll be honest, if you're not too far behind, you could just wave clear your way to an answer. Sivir and Malzahar are amazing at pushing out lanes. If you're not getting your shit kicked in, that means you're not constantly losing plates and turrets. It means you're staying about even gold, and even to be fair, they should have lane, like pushing lane priority with the Sivir, with the Malzahar. So if a key is not sabotaging the game by invading constantly, maybe we can look for some of these earlier game angles, especially if you can blow a flash early. Alistar also notably not that useful early game. Level 1, probably one of the most useless champions in the game. Outside of Aphelios, who literally can't do anything. But yeah, we see the Jhin, we see the Kai'Sa being banned away. It's good dive, 80 carries to go with. The Jhin for assisting in the backline, and the Kai'Sa just for straight up joining the Ahri and the Vi. I do like the Braum and the Sivir ban. Sorry, the Braum and the Lulu ban here from the side of Pride. You know, just kind of eliminating the styles of lanes we can see here. And this I think is a fantastic answer in terms of what Desperado want to do. If we can get to that late game point enough where she just straight up wins the matchups versus Sivir. So I'm expecting probably something like an engaged top, maybe an Ornn, some kind of tank that has engaged capabilities. I do like the Poppy here for Desperado, but it support Poppy, the big problem with support Poppy and like engaged supports for a lot of it is they're very squishy. So often there's a phenomenon that they go in, but the team hasn't heard the memo, and then the support just dies. So we'll have to see here if Desperado, you know, are going to be a little bit more communicative for Ryoga, because I feel bad for him. The blind Mordekaiser, I mean, I don't really see what he does in the team comp itself, but hey, if we're looking the 1-4 with some fantastic late game and pushing, side lane pressure could be a winnable angle here from Desperado, but I'll be honest, I'm more of the put the eggs in the Sivir and Malzahar basket for now. At least from what we saw last game, you know, we don't need too many different champions. You know, we just need a solid identity.
Right. Okay, we have the Renekton answer here. So this is interesting. It's one of those top lanes where either Mordekaiser or Renekton wins, and whoever wins is really gonna win.
Yeah, it's more. I feel like it's a skill expression matchup. You know, if you miss a Death Grasp, rather, or you slice and dice improperly, you get really punished. And with the Mordekaiser here, you're gonna have to be careful when you use the Malady of Metal to get your shield back up, because the Ruthless Predator, if it pops a shield, does bonus damage on top and increases the stun duration. So it's really something to play around. And we saw Sick kind of like dumpster Shiba in game 1, so I'm excited to see what he can pull out with this Mordekaiser. I casted an interesting Mordekaiser game where it was like Dusk and Dawn, Gunblade, Nashor's Tooth, so maybe we get this aggressive Mordekaiser from Drug Demon, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, this is a really interesting matchup. I definitely agree with you. I like this draft from Sovereign a lot better than game 1. It's definitely...
Did we sub out someone? Desperado?
Shiva, Ki, Hireable Alchemist, Demon, and Ryoga. Seems the same.
Okay.
So yeah, it seems like they have a much more cohesive identity in this game. But you know who else has a cohesive identity? It would be our sponsors, Zen Market. Zen Market is your one-stop shop solution for buying products directly from Japan. They'll help you buy items from over 10,000 shops in Japan, as well as place bids on auctions on your behalf. They'll even consolidate all your items safely into one box and can ship internationally. They'll provide excellent customer service in 19 languages, which is why Zen Market is trusted in over 2 million users worldwide. Check the panel below the stream or click the link that in the chat to try them out now. If you sign up with the promo code Aegis, you'll get 3,000 yen off your first international shipping fee. With that said, we'll go to a short intermission and see you guys in just a bit.
マーケットは迅速な発送ですぐにお届けします。あ、ボクセット？
大丈夫？
でも直接来てくれたの？これって
漫画みたいだったね。
しかも今衣装着てるし、花でもあれば完璧なのに。
完璧だよ。壊れ物だから自分で届けたかったんだ。
あなたって完璧。ありがとう、全マーケット。
Alrighty, welcome back to the Rift Summoners.
Hello, everybody. And I interrupted him. My bad.
Hopefully, you know, we had a rather bloody game. Yeah, okay, well, maybe I spoke too soon, you know. We were talking about blood, and oh wow, this level 1's getting saucy. The barrier already used by Saucy. Okay.
Alrighty,
I don't care. We're seeing proof.
Yeah. Saucy living up to the name, I suppose. Yeah, Eden already forced to use the health pot, as is Saucy. And yeah, they're not wanting to back this early and give up the lane just yet, but yeah, I suppose Ryoga and Demon are looking for a little payback.
Yeah. So the thing with Zaya, you know, like she can throw the feathers out, but until she's at least level 2, she can't pull them back in. So Sivir with just the W active is going to be taking some good trades, and if you can hold your spell shield for the feathered pullback, you can honestly guarantee good trades here against Saucy, because a lot of the damage is just going to be nullified by that spell shield.
Yeah, unfortunately, Zaya's level 1 without the Rakan partner isn't super great, especially if you lose out on the very early trades in that bush fight. So, yeah, without... I don't know, I guess they got to lane just a fraction of a second later and lose out on the positioning more. And, yeah.
I mean, to give it to Ryoga, you know, just having the confidence after that kind of shoddy game 1 to still make that aggressive level 1 play. You know, Alistair's not really much of a champion. He either has the knock up or the push back, but he doesn't have both at level 1. So it's you really have to understand when you can abuse timers. And Alistair's level 1 is probably one of the weakest champion starts you could possibly have on a champion. So Ryoga looking to zone Saucy as much away from XP here, and you can already tell the CS difference is starting to build up.
All right. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Yeah, it's already almost 100 CS. Or 100 gold difference.
Yeah. And the big thing is you get XP, but you get more XP when you kill a minion. So if you don't kill the minion... Ooh, okay, here. Ooh. Wow, that was a very early flash from Shiba. He wanted none of that. He's like, oh, hell no. You're away from me.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the more interesting things about the current jungle pathing. Well, I suppose you can't really say that in this case because they did do a full clear and then gank top, which is more the normal pathing route. But the current iteration of jungle pathing is very interesting. There's a lot more complication to the jungle routing than most people realize. You know, doing one side backing and then using the home guards to do the next clear with an item and then fighting over scuttle is something that you can do now. And having the item advantage. You can also invade through tri-bush since bot lane runs to the bottom bush and lane, and usually mid lane runs toward raptors or the jungle runs toward raptors. So invading through tri-bush is a very viable option nowadays. So there's a lot of different jungle routes aside from just doing the full clear. That's the norm. We didn't see it in this case, but I would like to see more junglers do it.
We are also seeing that Sick, you know, building up a very healthy CS lead here against Shiba. You know, the flash being blown was very scary. Once that Renekton hits that level 6, it does get a little bit scary here for Shiba. It has the exhaust too, so if he ever takes a bad back, he's gonna get punished really badly.
Right. Ooh, Saucy forced to burn the barrier once again. And Alistair is just off roaming to other lanes and not really getting anything for it. There's no lanes that he can currently affect. He's not getting any deep wards. He's just kind of wandering around the map and losing experience.
And that's going to be another wave here shoved in by Sick. About 3 waves in here already. Ooh, Ryoga could get punished. Oh, he's got the fancy feet. The flash here from Eden. Is it going to be enough? I mean, now they changed targets, so now Ryoga might live.
All right.
Demon might live. Eden has cooldowns.
Demon forced the flash. Gets the first blood onto Eden, though. But here comes Key with the flag and drag. Saucy Hunt is going to be able to answer back. Eden gets the knock-up onto Key, and oh my god, the pull back onto Saucy Hunt gets a double kill, and now the Xayah is in a great position going into the later stages of the laning phase.
Yeah, I think he just killed Ryoga for free here. Try to get something with the initial flag and drag, but the Alistair cooldowns are rather short here early game, so another stun comes off here from Eden after picking up that first kill, and then with a really nice feather pull, that Xayah picks up an instant double kill, so unfortunately the back kind of looks a bit mediocre. It's Oh, wait, that was a previous back. Okay. So I was going to be like, if you get Cull Longsword off just a double kill, I feel really bad. But that's a BF sword that just boots. So, yeah, I think if we're saucy this game, once again, we're really, really happy. Because things were looking a little bad in the bot lane. At least with the zoning and stuff. We see there's almost a 15 CS difference in between the 80 carries. So, it's a really good play that Eden made to build back that momentum.
Right. Ooh, Eden going in onto Demon once again. We do see sodium hydroxide in the area, but not really in a position to do anything. Just shows himself on a ward, gives away his position. Other than that, nothing really available.
They picked up the Mountain Dragon though, so that's gonna make this Renekton versus Mordekaiser lane even more rough for the poor Mordekaiser, because it means he does even less damage early game. The only saving grace so far for Desperado is this Malzahar, because he's even.
Very true. Yeah, that is always going to be a concern for this Vi in the later stages of this game. She's going to want to engage. She's going to want to get in the back line. But as long as that Malzahar ult is up and he's staying even in this game, is Vi going to be able to do that? Because she's just going to get melted. But here we go. Jack and sodium hydroxide link up for the roam and secure a kill onto this Poppy. And Ryoga goes down once again.
We did mention that this Ahri has to do stuff, because this Malzahar is just going to sit in lane, push. He's not going to look to do anything else. All this Malzahar wants to do is look at the wave, say something probably in like region, and the wave just disappears when that Malefic Visions comes through. You know, so it's a good proactivity here from the side of the solo lane and Jungle of Pride to just see the bot lane struggling. Let's make them struggle more. We're winning. Let's dive. And they find poor Ryoga, who's like, I'm just a support. I'm just trying to do my job, bro. But not letting me work. No.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, unfortunately, this Poppy, even though her steadfast presence is great against almost every member of this XSV Pride team, if you don't press it at the right time, it's not really going to do much. And even if you do press it at the right time, there's 4 members who can all use their abilities at different times. So even if you stuff one of them, you're not going to stuff them all.
The big thing is that the dash distance covered by Spirit Rush is essentially the dash distance stopped by Heroic Presence. So Wing the Ahri doesn't really get much done, right? Vi can't be stopped. Alistair can ult mid-stun. Oh, we've got a fight here. It's the Shadow Realm, but I think Shiba forgot to bring the good deck. He's about to get taken down.
Oh,
More color the mix gonna be enough.
yeah. There's the slice. Didn't even need the dice. And down goes Mordekaiser.
You know, we have the memes of you go Brazil, but what happens when you're losing the lane is not you go Brazil, is you go bye-bye.
Oh,
So
boy.
at least though, Malzahar, he's up a wave. He's up a wave. I'm smoking that copium. I'm a few lines in so far. You know, it's the Malzahar high train, guys.
Oh boy. I think
technically, sorry to interrupt you. Sorry. Technically, the silver win condition is at like 500-600 CS. You know, maybe we get there if the game goes long enough. But Renekton shit stopping his lane, Xayah winning off a fantastic trade, and I mean, if your only winning lane is Malzahar, the team fights are gonna get really ugly really fast. And Hydroxide looking to punish Ryoga once again for just doing his poor job.
yeah, honestly, if this game keeps going the way it's going, I think you're going to need a bigger straw.
Yeah. That's my big gulp is gonna become a huge gulp because I'm gonna run out of sips.
All right, we have the dragon started up by XSV Pride. Eden is running whatever, she's running something. And Key is forced to flag and drag over the wall in order to escape because the death sentence was calling her name. And now we have SEK engaging on Shiba in the top lane, using the ultimate and getting the solo kill under the turret. And XSV Pride is back on the dragon. Ryoga is coming in, uses the steadfast presence to stuff the engage of Eden. But here comes sodium hydroxide. Been followed up by Ari. Ari gets the kill, slays Ryoga. But it looks like J4 is coming in on the backside, takes the dragon away, but pays for it with his life. Hireable Alchemist is slowly running away and is going to be the slowest escape in the history of League of Legends, but he does get out of there. I think that's more because XSV was not interested in the chase down. But yeah, overall, 2 kills and a dragon going over to Desperado, so they get something out of it. But yeah, the 2 kills going over to XSV Pride.
Yeah, it's a 5,000 gold lead here at 13 minutes. Sometimes they say there's enough copium in the tank for a native win worlds, but at least here, I don't think that's the case. Your top laner down 2,000 gold, which is as bad as it was last game, and it doesn't get any better here for the Mordekaiser, at least not till like the 4-ish item mark, and that's if he ever gets to see his 3rd item. Last game, we barely saw Shiba build 2, and now SCK doesn't have the ultimate. It's taken into the not in the Shadow Realm just yet, but you see, even without the ult, he's just winning the trades. He's just running at him. Like, he doesn't even have to hit him. It's just my aura farming will damage you.
Yeah, Renekton already completing the Black Cleaver, and Mordekaiser went for upgraded boots first item.
Okay, the Shadow Realm here used. Okay. We get sick down a little bit. Okay. We heal that back up. There's some good damage landing on the sick, but I mean, the Dominus available with the Ignite. If Shiba's not too careful, I think he just gets dove and dies. His turret is also almost just gone. This Renekton's been having a lot of fun here in the top lane.
Oh boy. Yeah, Renekton is going to be unleashed on this map relatively shortly. And yeah, when that happens, I'm just really worried for the state of the game, for what's going to happen to Sovereign. And here's what you're talking about. Dominus happens, and Shiba actually survives it.
The exhaust does come down, though, but being low the next wave, he's going to have to be a bit careful. It looks like he is going to be able to clear out this wave, at least. Some supportal combat. Always exciting. And,
okay, there we go. Slice and dice, followed by the Indestructible and the Obliterate, or no, that's Mordekaiser's stuff. We have Ruthless Predator and Koldamik, and Mordekaiser goes down.
We bought a ruby crystal. Let's see what Renekton buys. Oh, Renekton also has a ruby crystal, so at least we're even on ruby crystals. But there's a black cleaver difference. Whoa! Good engage here by Eden. We're not gonna go in, but we're getting Chuck here. The center's actually doing fantastic. Did anyone die?
Yeah, no one died. We have the Flash Force out of the Ahri. But yeah, Headbutt pulverized, but Ahri used her ultimate into the middle of the three of them, got a little too close instead of staying at the edge of the fight. So a little bit of mispositioning there. I felt like Ahri could have really closed that fight out and done a lot of damage had she stayed on the edge of the fight and used her abilities, but she dove right into the center of that triangle and just got beat up by all three of those members after the headbutt pulverize. So,
you know, it's funny though. We're seeing the malignants here for Hyrule Chemist, but I don't think I've seen them ult this game though. So the cooldown is reduced.
Right.
But when the utility of that item buy, he's almost at 2 items. So I've gone almost an entire item plus without ulting. So the usefulness of the malignants, you know, is slowly starting to wear off. Because I'm just not seeing what cooldown reduction it's giving.
Well, I mean, maybe he'll use his ultimate by next game.
If we get the next game.
Right.
Because at this point, I think Pride are just happy that, like, you know, it's G2 versus MKOI. It's not a rivalry. We shit on them all the time. They're just ready to call it a day, you know?
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, the big problem though here for Desperado is you know, they gotta get to that 600 CS silver win condition, and then when they get there, the silver has to have peel. So the Mordekaiser needs to be doing something, the Poppy needs to be doing something, and they're 06 right now. So your peel is 08. I don't think there's much peel. You're getting peeled off the face of this earth, but you're not exactly protecting the person you're supposed to protect. And now poor Hyrule Chemist,
ooh, jeez.
Darcy blows.
4-man dive, and then once again Shiba getting solo killed by this Renekton. Your only saving grace is that you're getting this top lane outer turret, so you're getting a little bit of money in your pocket, but you know, you're giving up the rest of your map. You're losing a tier 2 in the mid lane. You're losing the tier 1 outer in the bot lane. Your only person that is ahead is the Malzahar, and he goes down.
They're down 6,000 gold, but the thing is, it's too early in the game for objective bounties. The objective bounties just spawned. So we take that turret here for Desperado. We don't even get the bonus money off of it. The bonus money appears after we take the turret. So, you know, maybe there's hope. If we can get some of these dragons, we can get some good money back. But team fighting prowess, you know, the Renekton on 2.5 items already. Mordekaiser is working with his college textbook and probably his grandma's like facial treatment mask. You know, we don't have the Eye of Sauron item just yet. Also, the 80 carry, like we're playing with Beyblades. At least Silver don't have that 2 item mark, but Malzahar still has not ulted this game. You know, we're 20 minutes in. There is no Malzahar ult. I think he could have tried ulting, but I don't think it would have changed anything in the bot lane. It was a 4v1 dive. It was beautifully executed. And I mean, if you're ulting the Alistar while his ult is active, I mean, you might as well be throwing a pebble at a brick wall. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, Renekton getting caught out here by 3. He slices and he dices, but he gets caught out by the Cataclysm. He's forced to flash over wall and use the Dominus, so they get a lot of resources out of the Renekton, but he stays alive. So I'm going to call worth on both sides for that one, really.
To be fair, though, right, look at what is available on the map. There's Baron. Where are we right now for Desperado? We're bot lane. So even with this play that we force a Renekton flash and ult, you know, Pride is just going to start Baron. They know you're not near bot lane. You're not near Baron. So they're just going to start this Baron. It's a little bit scuffed.
Yeah, they took a while to decide to start it, so the rotation is here. Here comes the J4 through the Hextech gates. But it looks like they saw that, and they are going to hunt him. They're pinching him right now. Key gets a flag and drag through multiple members, but here comes the Vi ult. And they are going to secure the kill onto J4. Now we have the flash forward by Eden. Eden gets exhaust. Poppy pushes him backwards, but now Eden is getting in the bouncy castle, and he gets killed by Saucy. Eden is still on the hunt trying to chase down Shiba, but Shiba is going to get away, and they're just going to clear wards and go back onto Baron.
I mean, Sivir is pushing turrets with Malzahar. That's great. We've got an objective bounty. Maybe, you know, there's a bit of copium in the tank. But, I mean, here, you're going to lose Baron. Maybe not even claim this turn? No, I think they do. I think that with the grub buff is not enough. No, okay.
No.
The turret still stands. So, another objective bounty denied. At least the Mordekaiser picks up a little bit of money from that bot lane turret. But now, you know, we're looking at a 10,000 gold deficit. We're nearly looking at... yeah, the majority of the gold lead, though, is in this top lane. So, if Sick is not invested in a team fight, the team fights look so much closer.
Right. Yeah, if
because Malzahar only down about 400 gold, Jarvan and Xayah only down about 1,000, right? So if this like almost 5,000 gold lead Renekton is not in the team fight, the gold lead doesn't feel that oppressive. It looks oppressive because you just like you press tab and you're like, you do the Chinese girl meme where she goes nice a game, and then she names all the people who are inting. But it just doesn't feel that bad at the end of the day. Oh, okay.
All right.
Get the Shadow Realm.
Key getting caught out once again, makes it out with a sliver of health. And now Shiba is getting cut down here, gets knocked up and goes down. Eden takes him out. Alistair on the board. Well, actually, he was on the board before. That's his second kill.
We are still waiting to get this breaking news for the Malzahar ultimate. We will let you guys know when Malzahar puts a skill point into the nether grass. Because right now, I think it's unpointed. I think he might have 2 points that he's waiting to put into that beautiful ultimate. But okay.
Oh, Key going in, uses a cataclysm. Xayah forced to ult backwards, pulls in the feathers. But Key goes down once again. Eden getting really low. His ult's ticking down. And he's going to make it out once again. Featherpole roots Demon down on the spot once again. That stops the chase from happening. And that engage just gets stuffed.
There's just too much going on here for Desperado. They're being split up. The Renekton's trying to be focused, but now he has a GA and he's unthreatened. The Xayah now almost on 4 items, which is a little bit crazy. But you know, like these are some nice attempts, but they're just so far behind. They're getting slapped by gold bars and bank statements, and they're just looking for that debt mail here. So maybe if we go another 20 minutes of it kind of not being that close, maybe there's hope. But right now it just feels like there's way too much momentum here on the side of Pride. Maybe we get a pick going, but no, we're just gonna deny blue. And the thing that Pride has been doing so well is they're just eating out of Desperado's hands. Like, your jungle, my jungle. You guys don't get the Dick Temple or anything. More guys are gonna put a Sick into the Shadow Realm, but it doesn't matter. He's not stuck there with Sick. Sick is in here with him. And okay. Maybe I think we're going a little bit too far, but here, we're forcing it, and this could just be the end of the game.
Yeah,
we're forcing the teleport.
Sick is just taking over. He's got the gold grills, he's got the giant chain, and he's just beating them over the head with it. God, at this point, he's just wearing a giant Flavor Flav clock. And
to be fair, you know, Sick does feel like that guy that shit stomps you in a Call of Duty lobby, and it's like, yeah, I'll come over to your house so I can say hi to your mom tonight. Oh, don't worry, little bro. Don't worry, little bro. I got your back. It's like, here we go. You see Sig being put into the Shadow Realm, but the thing is, the Mordekaiser is stuck in there with Renekton, and Mordekaiser don't want to be there.
Right.
He wanna leave, so instantly gets melted. Then Sig overcommits, but I mean Hydroxide's like, yo, we're rich, why not? And it just costs them. It doesn't even cost them the Renekton GA. It just costs them the Stair Gauge active, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. You know, we've got Soul in 3 minutes if it lasts that long, and Baron in a minute 30. Yeah, looking at it, it's just a straight up a masterclass of what to do in the lower bracket.
Yeah, right now, freaking Sodium Hydroxide and Jack are like, hey, this is MTV Pimp My Ride. Have you seen my crocodile?
Yeah. Okay, maybe we see the Malzahar ult here. Okay, the last inhibitor turret, the last hope for man has come. Okay. That's the third inhibitor down. We don't have the Baron buff. The siege a little bit bad. I mean, the wave clear from Sivir and Malzahar is pretty good. But with these super minions, we can still kind of threaten. I mean, look at that Xayah damage. Popping off. Okay, Shiba.
All right, here's the engage under turret. SCK is legendary. Takes out Malzahar. No ult in sight. And here comes Shiba, shuts down the Alistar. Alistar goes down. Really great engage by Shiba, but here comes the Feather Pull, and he goes down. Double kill for the Saucy. SCK's way in the back line, trying to take down Demon, but Demon's hiding in the fountain. Not going to let him get that kill. But there goes the Nexus. He gets that down, and that's game number 2 to XSV Pride. That's a clean 2-0, very quick. And yeah, that's the series, people.
Is that a first in AL history of a mid laner just not ulting the entire game?
As far
and
as
those what, almost 30 minutes, no ults.
As far as I can tell,
Malzahar can only ult on enemy champions. He can't just randomly ult a cannon minion to secure the wave. You know, like it has to ult an enemy champion. So we might be breaking world records here, ladies and gentlemen. But it was just your El Clasico G2 versus MKOI matchup of we're not winning, so we hope you enjoy watching us lose the game. 2 games in a row. I felt like the game 2 team comp, at least from the side of Desperado, looked a lot better than what they drafted in game 1. There were possible win conditions and stuff, but when that play went sour in the bot lane, I feel like the game was just settled then. You know, the Jarvan going back in, getting his support killed, and then the Xayah recalls has a BF sword advantage instead of like Boots 2, and it just felt nasty. Though I do want to give a shout out, honorable mention to Ryoga. I feel like he did what he could, but you can never really blame the support when your team is so far behind that no one has any damage, because it's not your job to get the damage. It's your job to, you know, do the peeling and stuff. But poor Poppy, you know, cooldown boots and blood song, so there's no tankiness there. Yes, Poppy W exists, but Poppy W likes what is that? Celestial Opposition, and I don't know. I would have gone Merc Treads. I would have gone Plated Steel Caps more this game. I felt like it would have probably had more of an impact than the CDR boots. But I could see what Ryoga was trying to cook. But at the end of the day, it was just a wallet diff. It was just a skill gap. Whatever you want to call it. Saucy Hunt and Sick really. So Saucy, but all the carries from the side of Pride really just had the number. Yeah, as you see, the game was 23-1. I think game 1 was 29-3 or something like that. So
29-7.
Yeah, 29-7. So it was 8 kills and 50 plus deaths. I think we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board, maybe rework some of the plans, you know, because you're blind picking your top laner in some situations where he's just not getting any attention, not getting any prio, and it's not like you're playing a tank like Khan or Ornn that could just scale and try to do something. No, you're playing a fighter that kind of needs money. Even that Zac game, I mean, he tried, but he took a bad trade against Set. Set had Ignite. Set one, right? But I don't know. I feel like I don't know if it's a communication issue or just the first game jitters, but I feel like we definitely have some stuff to review if we are Desperado at the end of the day. I do like what Hyrule Chemist was able to do. He was able to at least try to hold the fort down. But I mean, a Mouse of Heart that doesn't hold, like it's.
Yeah, like they're. Like the idea of that comp was really good. They're like, had they done what the comp wanted to do, it could have worked. Unfortunately, that's not how it played out. And like you've reiterated a lot, you need to ult as Malzahar in order for the champion to work. That's like his entire kit is clear wave and ult. So yeah, unfortunately, if you're not using 50% of his kit, then he's not gonna do much. So
yeah, that's gonna be it from us here. Unfortunately, it was a very short night. Would have probably loved the free game series, but hey, as always, unless you had anything else you wanted to say, Micro, I guess I'll see you next. I'll see you next Thursday here, hopefully with Boss Kitty.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know what happened to Boss Kitty. I just went MIA on us, so it was just us tonight.
Rip Boss Kitty.
Yeah, rip Boss Kitty. If you guys find Boss Kitty, just let us let him know that we'd like him on the broadcast for the following week. It'd be fun.
All right. With all that being said, I guess that's it from me and from Sanctum. We'll see you guys next week. So everyone, take care. I'll catch you later.
Ciao, bye for now.